over 10 years, the Flying Disc Store has stocked Australia's largest range of flying disc products. From disc golf discs and bags to ultimate frisbees, throw and catch discs and dog discs, the Flying Disc Store has everything you need. As part of our support of the Tee-Off, the Flying Disc Store would like to provide Tee-Off listeners with 5% off any purchase in the store. Just use the code TEEOFF5 when checking out to get your discount. Visit www.flyingdiscstore.com.au today to grab a deal. And if you have any questions, be sure to contact their friendly staff. Looking for help with course design and installations? A new disc or other accessories for your game? Well, OzDiscs has a huge range of all disc golf equipment in stock. 5% of each sale goes back to support your local club through their rewards program. Also, did we mention they have next day shipping? Well, jump online and check out OzDiscs now at www.ozdiscs.com.au. And welcome back to the Tee-Off, an Australian podcast about the awesome sport of disc golf. My name is Paddy Robinson, and with me today, just Timmy Bowen. How are you, man?
Yeah, good, mate. Good to be here. Bit slack of us. We're about a week late on this episode. I feel a little bit bad about that.
Yeah, I do too. There's just been a little bit going on in the old personals.
Something called Easter, spending a little time with our family, but also SA Open. I mean, a bit of an inside scoop here. I did get pretty crook. We stayed at a pleasant abode, an absolute dump of an Airbnb, and I woke up with a rash. And mate, that hit me for 6. I've been crook ever since.
Yeah, you told me that rash is still there. So I don't know what kind of ghost herpes were in that room,
mate.
But
how was the house? Good place? 5 stars?
I'll be honest. I had a comfy bed,
had a pool,
and good shower pressure. No water in that pool.
No water in the pool.
Well, how many pools were there? There were like 3 pools.
There was an empty pool, a jacuzzi that I wouldn't bath my dog in, and the house was full of dust and mold and something made me crook.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Had a good view though.
And look, location, perfect. Really nice. Yeah. And good fun with the boys. But anyway, I digress. We're sorry we're late. Good to be back.
It is good to be back. Well, look, straight into it. This is episode 58. We've got a pretty solid one here, actually. All the usual stuff. We've got the recap. We've got an interview lined up with Tim Davies, hot off his first MA1 win.
First ever win.
Yeah.
Good to chat to Timmy.
SA Open, which will be good. We've got the year's first Trash or Cash, which has been... we've been waiting a bit for it, actually. And we've
got
had
some
a
good
few
ones sent in too.
Yeah, which I'm keen to get to. And then we've got a new segment at the very end there, which...
we're kicking it off. The Jomez theme songs. It's dear to my heart. I'm keen to see... I've done a little bracket, Paddy. Done a bit of homework.
Yeah.
We're going to be putting the Jomez theme songs head-to-head against each other. See what comes out on top.
All right. And Tim, straight off, the players' meeting, I've got nothing.
Nothing. Great.
So there you go. There's a good players meeting for you.
Tee off in 2 minutes. No, it's good. I like that.
All right. And one quick one that I was sent in, we were doing this a while back and we haven't done it for a while, is like tip of the week. So the question that was sent in was, what advice would you give someone first experiencing swirly wind conditions?
Yeah, so we had this at SA a little bit. Swirly, sort of inconsistent breeze.
Yeah.
And that's what you get at Crater Lakes.
All the time.
Yeah, just the nature of that course.
I find a lot of these disc golf courses on a golf course, like Mundaring as well, like when they've got these massive trees that line fairways, it just channels wind too. Yeah. So there's a few different places that you will cop this.
Yeah. I think the answer is...
What do you do?
Basically throw as overstable a disc as you can for the shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's generally my strategy.
And why is that? Why do we throw overstable?
Just to control one variable, you know. Yeah. The wind obviously affects the speed of the disc, and if you're throwing a disc that also is got a lot of turn and is dependent on the speed, then there's a lot that can go wrong. Whereas overstable, reliable, you know what it's going to do, less likelihood of making a mistake.
Yep, bang on. Exactly what I was going to say.
I think if you want to delve a little deeper, try and control your angles as well. Like obviously if you can throw just hyzer, then you know exactly what that hyzer angle is going to do. If you throw in flexi stuff like I am, you know, you have to control 2 angles. It's much more difficult.
Now, while we're on that, that's with driving and approaching and that sort of stuff, putting. I know some people who have dissed up. Mm-hmm. So maybe putt with a harp or like an overstable low speed.
Hell, why not go full Jacob Cruden? Go Sexy Bird.
Go Sexy Bird.
9 speed in the circle.
Can we add that to Trash or Cash? Putting with a Sexy Bird.
I think I remember seeing Eagle do that in a like Pro Tour event a few years ago.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Don't know about that one, but yeah, have you ever putted with like a harp or a zone or something like that in wind? Yeah.
AVR X3, yeah, sometimes I do that. I found that I just go with my standard putter, and if I'm putting into a wind, I just try and keep it as flat as possible, like into a headwind. Just got to get it out flat and with more spin.
Yeah.
And tailwind, if it is a tailwind putt, just try and aim quite a bit higher because you know it's going to drop.
Sweet. All right. Well, there's a tip of the week for you. Thanks. I can't remember who sent that in, but thank you for sending it in. Good one.
Good one.
Cool. All right. Next up, Timmy, tournament recap, hey?
What's news round the world, round Australia? What's news? What's happened and who's stolen?
The news recap is brought to you by Disc Golf Warehouse. Use the code TEOFF at the checkout and snag yourself a cheeky little discount.
Now, we have an absolutely jam-packed recap because we've been off the air for a little while. We're going all the way back to USWDGC, which is just a horrible acronym. Like, if you're going to make an acronym, if it's 6 letters, get rid of it. Call it something else. US Women's, something like that. But we need to talk about
Women's
this
Champs? I don't know.
Women's Champs, something like that. Look, the run of KT, her run of 5 straight majors is over. Missy Big Money Gannon got her first major win at USWGC. It was awesome to see. Feels like it was a lifetime ago, but yeah, just got some of the stats here to run through. Missy Gannon putted at 88% C1X, 16% C2, and racked up a 10.04 average. So good to see the 1,000 rated winners in the FPO because that's a trend that's continuing so far. I think we've had 5 straight events where the winner has had to average over 1,000 to get the win.
Pretty solid.
It actually wasn't KT that was chasing down Missy. It was basically Missy versus Evelina Salonen. So good to see her strong start to the year continue. She, of course, had a win at chess.com. And just wanted to put out her putting stats were 70% C1X and 24% C2. So quite good numbers from Evelina.
Really solid.
I think good signs of improvement. But I couldn't help but notice in the last round when it was sort of down to the nitty-gritty, that's where the putting really, she went back to her old stuff. She putted at 59% C1X and 0% in C2.
Yeah.
Have a look at Missy. She went at 89%. So that's obviously where the difference was.
Yep.
Other notables, KT finished in 6th place behind Val Mandahanu, Owen Scoggins and Heidi Liner. I think it's kind of a little bit of a misconception that KT is having a rough start to the year. I mean, she's mentioned herself she's got a little bit of back pain. I think she also had some ankle stuff. She posted a picture on Instagram.
Did you see that? Mate, that was proper cankle.
Oh,
stuff.
That was full-on cankle. Could not tell where that ankle started.
Yeah.
She still averaged 985, so she's still playing okay. It's I think it's just a reflection of the FBO field's getting better.
Did you see Brody?
I did, yeah. Brody
Smith.
He didn't like that post, and I get where he's coming from.
So, I mean, Kristen did her sum up post, and in the second half of it, she just thanked people for like sending her kind messages and that sort of stuff, and she explained that she was off her game and why.
Yeah.
But Brody Smith came on and said, he reckons that everyone expects her to win, and that wasn't just her excuse.
Well, I kind of get where Brody was coming from. He was saying the post smacked of, I'm not making any excuses for why I didn't win, but here's my excuses for why I didn't win. And that kind of, I get that, Yeah. If you're not going to make excuses, just say, well done, Missy, and move on. But she obviously put out the reasons why she didn't play so well.
Yeah, I don't know if it's why she didn't win, but why she wasn't performing how she... Yeah. We know. I mean, she's had a 985 average. Mm-hmm. Okay, we know that she's better than that.
Yeah.
But it's still really solid. But yeah, I mean, I watched the whole thing and she did look off.
Yeah.
Just you could see in rotation, you could see in consistency. She couldn't get anything going. Mm-hmm. So yeah, Anyway.
Got to give the kudos to Missy Gannon where it's deserved. And she is known as Big Money Missy because she wins all these big ones. I think she had a 12K payday for USW DGC. And I went back and had a look at the numbers. From 2021, she's made 234K. And KT in that same time period, I know KT back in 2021 didn't play as much as Missy, but she's only made like 16K more in that time span. So, Missy, she's certainly living up to that Big Money Missy name. I don't know if she's quite got the Porsche deal. There's probably a few extra dollars behind the endorsements for Missy.
Does Missy have a Grace? I don't know.
Yeah, that's it. What's Missy? I think Missy's disc is the Thrasher.
Thrasher.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thrasher versus
That'd be
Grace.
a cool disc name to have. Like, yeah.
I'm just thinking they're
Destroyer, Thrasher.
They're pretty much polar opposites, Thrasher
The
and
Grace.
And one can't learn grace. You either have it or you don't. That's
There's a Seinfeld.
Seinfeld. Where's Froth Jerry?
I think I have a little Grace.
You can't have a little grace. I'm gonna send that to the Froth Jerry. He'll get on that. Now we move on to the next one, the Disc Golf Pro Tour Elite Series Texas State Disc Golf Championships.
Yeah.
In Brock Park. I kind of liked Brock Park. Like, it was kind of really attackable. Obviously, it was a bit of a birdie bash for the MPO side of things. FPO, the diamond layout was kind of nice, like very scoreable. And I think that brought into play a lot more of those lower rated players.
By the way, I mean, we've talked about like black, red, blue. How cool does the diamond layout sound? That's
does.
sick.
It
I want to
does.
play that layout.
I don't know. The layout names, they still need work. But I think it really brought in the lower rated players, and that rings true with the winner of FPO, Anakin Sten.
Oh,
Anakin.
love it. Anakin.
So she must be sick of hitting all the Star Wars stuff.
She had the high ground.
No, she's it's her first Elite Series win, and she's the first Norwegian to win an Elite Series event.
Yeah.
It's huge. 942 she's rated.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, man, she stared down. Like, Kristen was like coming after her hard
Yeah.
and held the nerve.
It's huge, mate.
Yeah.
Comes from an ice skating background. I really liked her form. Really tight, compact, and just her putting was unreal.
Yeah.
On the MPO side of things, we had the first repeat winner of 2024. Finally, someone's won 2 events, and it's the man himself, AB, Anthony Barella.
Yeah.
Just absolutely in command.
It's funny you said at the start that you like Brock Park.
Yeah? Why do you say that?
The course. I thought the course is so boring.
Oh, really?
I just like the only exciting thing was that maybe there was some lower ceiling, so they had to throw low and hard. But man, the lines looked. Maybe it's different because it's on camera.
Yeah.
but the lines look so boring. Oh, that's just another big hyzer. That's another big hyzer. That's another big hyzer.
Yeah, I think I liked it
Like,
more for the FPO, the diamond layout.
Yeah.
I think just bringing in, the distances were quite a bit shorter.
Yeah.
So it brought in your Saya Nundas, it brought in your Valmandahanos, your own Scoggins, and obviously Anakin the winner. So I
Yeah.
kind of liked that. I didn't like seeing just the distance win out.
I seriously, like, in that, especially that final round, I felt like I was seeing like all those boys on the lead card is like drive, like hyzer drive, maybe a little bit of turn, but power hyzer drive, circle edge, putt,
Yeah.
power drive, circle edge, putt. And like it was good, but I'm like, am I watching the same hole and repeat, or what's the deal?
And then
anyway,
the occasional speed out if you're watching Cannon. But
filthy.
Yeah. Anyway, we've got to talk about Anakin. She's obviously from Norway. She's she having won from Norway. That's the 5th unique country to have an Elite Series winner this year.
That's pretty cool.
That's crazy. We've had Evelina and Nicholas from Finland, Anakin from Norway, Kristen from Estonia. She's American, but Lao background. And obviously plenty of winners from the US. So next up, Lukey Bain, Australia. 6th country, surely. Make it happen, Bainey. We want to see that number 6 get that win.
That'd be cool.
Now, MPO side of things, I kind of thought the last round was going to be a fizzer because AB went into that last round with a 6-shot lead over Ezra, and he was 8 shots ahead of Gannon.
Yeah.
And no one, I think there's been 45 attempts where someone's gone into the last round with a 6-shot win, and no one's ever burnt that lead.
I got to admit, like Disc Golf Network were doing the absolute dirty. I think it was like hole 8 or 9 when Ezra has had his run, and what was he, like 7 or 8 down on the front 9?
He went 8 down. He
8
missed
down.
hole 1, and then he birdied the next 9 holes. So he was
Yeah.
9 down through 10.
And then the little tile comes up with Disc Golf Network saying, no one has ever lost a 6-shot lead. like, chill out. Don't jinx AB here. He was still like 3 or 4 up.
And that's
at
when
that
Ezra
stage.
missed that putt from like
Yeah.
8 meters, 7
Like,
meters.
Far out. Disc Golf Network doing the dirty. Love it.
It's kind of good to see Ezra Adderhold back in form, you know?
Oh, man.
The man's finally got out of the gym and practiced some of his disc golf game, and he's back.
His part looked fantastic. I mean,
That stepper, the edge of circle. I think I got his stats down here. He went at 56% from C2, hit 10 from 18.
yeah.
Imagine hitting 10 C2 putts
Yeah.
in 3 rounds. Like, that's how you win disc golf
Mate,
tournaments. That's insane.
I'm lucky to hit 10 bullseyes.
That's it.
Yeah.
I think most people, they hit 2 or 3 C2s for a tourney. They're like stoked. But hit that stepper, oh boy.
Yeah, and he just looked dialed. I mean, everything looked smooth. Yeah.
Except for the high pants. I'm not like the high pants. He's a big risk of bursting a seam on that stepper.
I don't mind the man's a Adonis. It's all right. You can wear the
I did
tightest thing you want.
I did ask Kat, I'm like, has he shortened his sleeves? There's a little bit of Mac from It's Always Sunny in Philly there, just cutting the sleeves off shirts. I don't know if it's just his bicep pushing the sleeve up or if he's just physically got shirts that
Mate,
have short sleeves. But
when is the sleeveless coming in? I know sometimes there's like, you got to have collars and stuff in, majors, but I don't know if there's sleeves mentioned.
I can see Ezra just playing a 20 in one of those like mesh tank tops. But anyway, let's move on. You mentioned his streak. That was the biggest birdie stretch of the year when Ezra went 9 through 10. He birdied 9 in a row, and it looked like it was going to be Ezra, breaking down that league. AB himself said it was the most nervous round of disc golf he's ever played.
Yeah, right.
But it actually wasn't Ezra that got there in the end. It was Gannon. After Ezra went 9 through 10, Gannon then broke that birdie stretch record by getting 10 in a row. He birdied the last 10 holes.
Ooh. Sorry about that.
That's all right.
No, it wasn't trash.
Definitely not trash. 10 in a row to finish the comp was huge. And it actually looked like Gannon was going to get the win, but AB hit a couple of clutch ones late.
Oh, mate, and
super clutch.
There's a difference.
Yeah.
That's something we haven't seen in 5 or 6 years of watching AB. He, circle edge, the one where he circle edge, he was straddled out. I think it was like 16 maybe.
Yeah, 16 spot on.
And I was like, here we go. This is going into the cage.
It didn't look like he was going to hit that, and he got it, and awesome stuff. And then that gave him the luxury of laying up on 18 for the win, which was huge.
Yeah. Unreal. I have a little thing. So we've just talked about AB, Ezra, Gannon. There was a fourth person on that card, Mason Ford.
That's it.
And I felt a little bad for him because, have you ever watched the Olympics, especially in the swimming? They're there should be someone in the very far lane, in the last lane, who's just your average Joe, just there swimming, so you can actually tell how fast these guys are. I kind of felt that was Mason.
He was the Jamaican bobsled team. Is he?
The dude, he's on lead card, he's played great, but he just couldn't really get it going, and he was just missing C2s. And then Ezra's just hit
putting
from everywhere, and
his putting let him down. He hasn't got that. He lobs his C2s in.
Yeah,
which you need to be jamming those and getting that confidence. And honestly, has anyone told him to get rid of the mustache? That's a shocking mustache. Don't you reckon?
I mean, I don't know. I'm sporting not a great mo. So
no, it doesn't look good. I don't think it's the blonde mo. Just that doesn't look good.
It reminds me of Me, Myself and Irene, Milky.
Yep. I can see that.
Or Whitey or whatever his name is. Yeah.
If you're listening, Mason, I reckon, give that a little snip.
Mason, we like you. Well done for hitting that. But, not trying to do you dirty.
Yeah.
Get rid of the mo.
Now, I've got quite a bit more about Texas Straight, so strap in. I want to talk about Gannon Bury. Had 2 spit outs, obviously lost by a shot. Probably should have been 2 because AB laid up on the last hole.
Timmy, you sent a few messages about these spit outs. I think.
Yeah, that's it. Yep. I was trying to sort of get a little bit of response from Gannon. Got nothing. Donuts, crickets. But what do you guys reckon? The spit out on hole 4 is about 6-7 meters. dead center off the pole, came back. I know Big Germ and Uli kind of said, they like that. They don't want to play with disc golf baskets that don't give those really hard putts a chance to spit out. But I don't know, Paddy, that looked pretty dead center to me.
Yeah.
What's the verdict?
It happens.
Yep.
Shit happens. Yeah.
Is that a bad putt? Should he be nose down?
No, it was a good putt. I've had so many good putts and sometimes they spit out.
Yep.
It just is what it is. That's the difference sometimes, which sucks.
Yeah.
But sometimes you need a bit of luck on the course. Sometimes, the luck gets reversed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here are the putting stats overall. AB went at 93% C1, 45% C2. Gannon 91, even with the spit outs, 40% C2. And Ezra 56 from C2, 80% from C1.
Yeah.
Crazy good putting stats.
Huge.
I think, did I have Anakin's? Because Anakin's were pretty good too. I think Anakin's were...
no, you shouted them out, didn't you?
Yeah, she put at 83% and 35% C2. So she's not far off the MPO stats there. And that's plenty good, 35% if you're hitting C2 in regulation at 83%. Very solid stuff.
Unreal.
Still on the topic of AB and Gannon, there were two 1100 rated rounds from those boys. AB in round 2, Gannon in round 4. The last time there were two 1100 rated rounds in a comp was 2019 Worlds, and the players were Ricky and Paul.
That's cool.
So, I think we may be seeing the emergence of two dominant forces. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just wanted to put that out there.
Still boring. No.
Anakin Sten.
It's unreal.
So, huge win for her in FPO. It really came out of nowhere, though. She's 942 rated. She's not even the highest Norwegian. That's actually Likey Lawrenson. And shout out to Likey. She got a huge ace on hole 18.
Oh, yeah.
Anakin's 3-time Norwegian champion. But just this win absolutely out of nowhere. Hopefully it's a sign of things to come. I don't even think she has a disc sponsor. So hopefully that's...
I think she might now.
Yep. Hopefully the open bag can go away and she can pick up, because she's a very marketable athlete, Paddy. I don't know.
Yeah.
Very marketable. Happily watch Anakin throw discs.
Yeah, and don't knock those 3-time champions, mate.
That's it. Yeah. 3-time local champions.
Yep.
She's got that 3-time luck. And I've said it before, people are saying KT is off, but she still averaged 1,000. I don't think she's going to change her PDGA rating to 1,000. Unfortunately, she's got a little short of that.
Yeah, mate, just give her another week to let that ankle actually, become visible again.
And that's it.
She'll be back out.
But this is definitely signs of the FBO field stepping up. We've had all unique winners so far in the FBO field, and 5 straight tourneys where the FBO winner has averaged over 1,000. So, yeah,
it's
very
sick.
good. Very good. Next up, we've got Jonesboro Open and then Music City Open, and that actually has Eagle McMahon on the roster, Paddy, so get excited.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Any tips for Jonesboro, just quietly? Last year it was Calvin and Kat Mersch that got the wins. I'm actually going to take...
Yeah, go on.
And I took him earlier than his brother in the picks, and it paid off. Won't beat him by 2 shots. Ezra Robinson.
Yeah, okay. He's quietly having a good year.
He's killing it, mate. Absolutely killing it. I felt wrong picking him ahead of Isaac in our boys' tips.
Yeah. Is Isaac having a bit of Worlds hangover, do you reckon?
Still playing good, mate. Everyone's just shredding a little bit harder.
Yeah.
Yep.
Music City.
No, this is Jonesboro first.
Oh, sorry. Jonesboro.
Calvin won last year. I don't think you could tip Calvin, though.
Calvin? Oh, no, I'm just going Eagle. I'm just glad he's back. I want to see him.
No worries.
See him get one.
He's not back for Jonesboro, so good luck with that tip. But anyway, one other point of news.
He's for music. Sorry.
No, that's right.
Okay.
Calvin.
Sure.
Go
whatever.
One other little bit of news, a little bit controversial here, and it's from Nico LaCastro. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah.
Got a new disc out. A lavender-scented putter.
I didn't even realise he was sponsored by another person.
This is Sacred Discs. Never heard of him, but...
Sponsor number,
Yeah, I don't
32?
know. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's not the controversy, though, even though it is a lavender-scented disc, which I guess helps balance the strong smell of weed that probably follows Nico around. He actually put it out there. He put a post saying he's committed a portion of the sales of this putter to pay the first FBO player that misses the cash line due to the fact that there's a transgender playing in the division, which obviously is referring to Natalie Ryan. And look, I feel like if it's something that he feels strongly about it, hats off to him. At least more FBO players are getting paid at the end of the day. But putting it out there like that, I don't know, a little bit didn't sit right. It felt a little bit not great.
I got to be honest, Timmy. I saw when I was reading through the notes. Like I actually read through the notes before we.
Good on you.
How good's that?
Yep.
And I didn't know the post. I didn't see it, so I went and had a read of it. And the whole thing's just a bit trash, in my opinion. If he's trying to sort of sell it as like he's there to support women's disc golf, I mean, there's plenty of other ways that you could do it instead of trying to target a transgender player. So I don't know. The whole thing's a bit of a wank, in my opinion. And I think he's, just taking another way to say, hey, me, is the old Nico Lacastro.
Yeah, not a bad call. But at the end of the day, I'm happy there's more cash going to more FPO players. And a lot of them feel very, very strongly against playing against transgender athletes. So I don't mind it, if I'm being honest. But anyway, let's move on.
Well,
this recap's gone for a bloody eternity already. And we haven't even kicked off the Aussie portion. So let's jump straight into that. Way back a few weeks ago, we had the Sydney Summer Slam at the Armoury presented by Jindy Disc Golf Shop. Austin D'Alessandro had a win, surprise, surprise. He won by one shot over Leith Brodie and Clayton Beck. But I have a little bit of a story behind that one.
Yeah.
Apparently, Leith, it was his to win.
Oh, this is, Yep.
Last hole, there happens to be a pole right in the line. Leith, unfortunately, clonked said pole and landed OB.
Now, when you say a pole, it's like a giveaway sign post pole that's lost the giveaway sign.
Yep.
It's just a random pole in the middle of the fairway, and he's just hit the perfect line, literally in the middle of the fairway, and he's clonked that, and it's gone OB.
Yeah. Austin said he got a win.
We talk about spit outs in a basket, mate, but that's absolute trash.
Mate, it's just a metal tree. What's the problem? He hit a tree. He went OB. Unfortunately for Leith, though, Austin got the win. MP40, Olatunji Akposani had a 4-shot win over JJ. MA1, Evan Hollins. FA1 was a playoff between Gina Hill and Kyrie, with Gina getting the chocolates. MA40 was Peter Hellier. MA50 was a playoff as well. Matthew Lammy got the win over Andy Wiz. MA2, Jack Tonsing. FA2, Margaret Trail. MA3, Bradley Menard. MA4, Jacob Smith. FA4, Lauren Tuvey. And FJ15, another playoff Central. Lily Nicholson-Love got the win over Lydia Philpott. So shout out to Lily.
Playoff Central.
Next one, we had the RPM Disc presents the SA Open at the Bel Air course. Paddy, Bel Air, new course, went in the ground last year. What's the verdict?
The verdict is the place is bloody cool.
Yeah.
Bloody cool. I mean, for anyone who hasn't played it, but you've played a bit of the Australian courses, I feel like it's a bit of a mix of Mundaring, Inverleigh, some vibes there. Even Bendigo.
Felt like Bendigo. That's what it reminded me of.
Good old trees, old gums, Aussie, good Aussie bush around. There's kangaroos everywhere, but she's got elevation. It is a fully decommissioned golf course. And it's a national park that it's the first disc golf course in Australia that's actually been installed in a national park. So hopefully that is the first domino, because there's plenty of space around. Very, very, very cool place.
Yeah,
very,
very fun course too. I like the fact that some areas gave you huge skips, some didn't, so you could sort of play the ground that accordingly, and just not a lot of OB. Like that, and I quite like the finishing hole too, 18 with the OB. Funneling down to a pretty hairy green in front of the crowd. Kind of a good spectacle to finish on.
I'm not sure if you've actually jotted... No, you haven't jotted it down. The only thing I'll say about it, from a pro, open sort of perspective, there wasn't much score separation.
Yeah,
and I think...
that really hurt the ratings, didn't it?
Yeah.
It's one of those courses where it was like kind of tricky to birdie some of the holes.
Yeah.
But quite simple to par. So
Yeah.
it was you kind of squeezed all the divisions up towards the bottom of MPO level. I feel,
Yeah.
just getting pars.
That's not taking anything away from anyone. It was definitely a few of those holes hard to birdie, easy to par.
100%.
And mate, one thing I did notice that really hurt when I was getting around, I normally take a rangefinder with me, and I didn't bring it this time, and
That's a clanger, mate.
that's a proper clanger.
Got to live on the rangefinder. Not
Yeah.
a couple lot of flack for busting mine out all the time, but they're crucial.
Yeah, especially with the elevation. Like, we
Yeah.
don't get to play too many courses with a lot of that elevation change. And, yeah, I reckon it would have come in handy. But, super cool course. And this is one note that I had with it as well. Often we talk about if the Aussie Champs could be in one location or a Aussie Open could be in one location.
Just like a consistent major at a course that you know.
Yeah.
I mean, kind of like Eruption, eh?
Yeah, like Eruption. I think this place, has that tick for me. Maybe like they've got the full scope to put in 2 full 18 courses. It could be a black, a gold, whatever. But the best thing is the campground is right there, right next to it. Great campground, pools, the whole thing. They love disc golf. They have disc in the actual reception, everything like that. There was a little cafe right there on the course. It was selling coffees and everything. It's just prime. And it's, 15, 20, at least half an hour from the airport. But, I mean, we were right in the city and about 15 minutes away. It was unreal.
Beautiful Airbnb where we stayed too. If you're looking for somewhere to stay, highly recommend. You'll notice I gave it like a 2-star review. Now, we haven't even shouted out the winner. Austin D'Alessandro got another win. He had a whopping 10-shot win, 10.04 average, and I played with him all rounds. He had 3 dirty spit outs. So could have been even hotter. You mentioned there was some of the holes were hard to birdie. I think there was a hole that saw 0 birdies. That 110 meter uphill par 3.
Mate, I went off the band.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, circle edge on that.
Well,
It's
we
filthy.
rocked up to that, and Max, he was caddying for Marcus Valotta. He said, "Let's make it interesting. $50 for anyone that birdies this hole."
Nice.
And Curtis from Mount Gambier, he said, "I'll double that." So $100 on the line.
Okay.
Austin gets the circle's edge and just spits out.
Ooh.
It was gross.
Ooh.
It was $100.
Yeah,
I
right.
was like I was stunned. I was laughing at it, and then I missed from the bullseye. So,
Well,
yeah.
I think those boys owe Bainey $100.
Did he get it?
He birdied it in the final round.
Ooh,
Yeah.
how close did he get?
He was circle 2.
Yeah.
Maybe like just maybe 12 meters or so. He hit a great putt.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah.
I had a win, and I say win. I had a second place win over yourself, Paddy. Very happy with that. Got pretty lucky on the last hole. Not going to lie. I thought I was heading for the hazard, but my disc hit the ground and just stuck.
Oh, mate, I didn't see any of it. I was rushing to the airport, but
you would have loved it. Real ass sort of stuff.
Oh, man. And fuck, here we go again. And I will say I'm standing by the F-bomb there. First drive, I've got to admit, the last 3 holes, I had like 45 minutes to get to the airport. Mm-hmm. I was rushing a bit. I was messaging your dad, Terry, I need my bag from your car. Run your keys down. So shout out to Terry Bowen. He ran 2 holes and stopped watching you to come give me the keys. I thought I had the perfect drive. I took that tight line straight off. It was way down the fairway, and it stabled up.
Yeah,
and it was OB by like 30 centimeters.
Oof. Yeah, no good.
Yeah, almost eagled hole 16 again.
There you go.
Skip into the basket.
I like Austin on 18. He went. He got an eagle in the last round, and he got a OB birdie and an OB par on the previous 2. So
there's a solid improvement.
Worked it out by the end. But yourself and Bainey shared third place. In MP40, we had Youngblood Roche get a 1-shot win over Ash Gabe.
Mm-hmm.
MA1 was a playoff. Tim Davis got the chocolates over Tom or Okone Bruce Lee. MA40, John Schlobom got a win over Peter Gabe. MA50, James Arnold. MA2, Henry Arnold, father-son duo there. FA2, Anita Weber. MA3, Matt Jennings. MA4, Daniel Marks. And FA4, Taylor Clark. MJ15, Tobias Weber. So shout out to all those winners.
Yeah. There was one funny one. I did get to play with Gareth Morgan.
Single G.
Mm-hmm. Love it. He loves that nickname, by the way, too.
I was trying to make it work. I don't know if it's catching on, but I like it.
No, it's catching on. We'll make it. So I'm not sure which night it was. Was it the Friday night?
I think the first night, the boys went pretty hard on the sauce.
Yeah.
And Gareth, I think Alan best described him as an enabler. It's let's do this. And I think at 1 a.m. the call was, some boys were going home. I've got to play disc golf tourney in the morning. Gareth's like, nah, let's play glow round, And I heard that he only lasted a couple of holes before the boys were like, where's Gareth? And they found him a few holes back, passed out on the ground somewhere. But the man resurrects himself in the morning and shoots, I think, like 6 or 8 down or something and finds himself on lead card.
Mate, and I got to play with him in that second round. He was, he told me that story, and he's like, "Look, here's a tip for everyone. I think play how you practice." And Gareth practices like that. He doesn't warm up. He just starts tight and figures it out as he goes along. And hey, it worked for him.
So good. In that last round, he'd really jumped ahead of us too. It was looking like he was going to take second place. Fortunately, slowed down a little bit. That may have been the excessive beers.
Maybe.
But man, the man's got like 8 discs. And if you ask him, he'd be like, that's too many. And you're like, all right, make some work.
Yeah. No, that was, I thought that was a good one.
Very funny.
We take disc golf pretty seriously over here in Australia, if you didn't know.
Yeah. He's smashing it though since he stepped up to MPO. Very hard player to play against. It's very, very consistent.
He's good fun too.
Moving over to Queensland, we had the Innova Discs local series in Rockley, TD'd by Aaron Morton, and he got the win by 11 shots in MPO. He hit a whopping 10.19 average. So that'll be pretty tidy on the next ratings update, I would have thought. Aaron, nicely done. MA1, Kian Weber. FA40, Tanya Behan. MA50, Brendan Derlou. MA3, Liam Baston. MA4, James Huang. So very good stuff. Nice little local course comp in Rockley. Last one to shout out, and it just went down on the weekend. Oz Discs presents the Chichester Pro in over in WA, and this one was run by my mate Blakey Houston, and he actually, this is a trend here, Aaron and Blakey, they beat the TD curse and had wins in their own tourney.
Hang on, so Chichester Pro.
Chichester Pro. So it's on the little pitch and putt course, but I think a modified layout.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say, that'd be the biggest birdie bash you've ever seen.
Not quite looking at the scores. Blake Howson, he won by 4 shots over Patrick Wilson. MP40, Finney got the win over Brendan Bennett. FP40, Sue Summers. MA1, Jesse Budge. FA1, Leah Manning. MA40, Matt Beard. FA40, Joanne McCamish. MA50, Dal Beatty. MA2, I don't know how to pronounce this one, KNHER. Kner Santos. 1 by 10 shots. Good on your Kner. FA2, Julie O'Donoghue. MA3, Sean Hampshire. MA4, Travis Ho. And MJ15, James Lim.
Now, can we... who'd you shout? Jesse Budge?
Jesse Budge.
Jesse Budge.
Better Budge.
Can we do something to try and get Jesse Budge and Ryan Budge playing doubles at some point? Doubles team? Like the two Budgies? Surely
he should seek out the Ryan Budgie ABRX3 Tour Series disc.
Yeah,
it's got his name on it.
Yeah.
Now, I've got a little bit of a funny story, insight from Blakey here. Patrick Wilson was actually in charge, early in the second round, looking like he was going to win until he went for a shot. I think he was trying to throw like a high as a forehand. Came out with a little bit of T-bone flex. Unfortunately, went over the road and hit a Ford Falcon putty.
Okay.
Now, the model of the car, actually quite important to this story because the Ford Falcon, of course, has a bit of a grill on the front of the car. The disc got stuck in the grill and they never saw that disc again.
Well,
the car
and drove off.
And get this, the disc was a Sexton Firebird. So, I'm reading the story from Blake. I'm like, yep, flex forehand, Sexton Firebird. Surely this is going to end well. Unfortunately, he got an OB stroke and a lost disc. So, Paddy Wilson, that's a real shame, mate. Hopefully, you get a call back and you get your disc back and you don't have a bill for Dinton, a Ford Falcon.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
I mean, you've hit a bird when you've been driving. I can imagine,
you just keep driving. Yeah, you wouldn't know what's going on.
Yeah. Was he stopped? Who doesn't get out and have a look?
No, I don't know.
But that's going to be a funny one when he gets home. And what the hell's this?
Who put this in the front of my car?
Yeah,
that's funny.
Oh, that's great.
So, mate, that was a ginormous recap. I'm ready to go home. Let's move on to the next segment, eh?
All right. Next up, I think we're going to hear from Tim Davies.
We just called to have a chin wag. We just called to have a chat with friends. We just called to talk some disco and to catch up on the latest disco trends.
And on the phone, we have Tim Davies, hot off his first win in MA1 at the SA Open a couple of weekends ago. Tim, welcome to the pod.
Thanks, boys. Good to be here. Thanks for having me.
Pleasure, mate. Now, I need to bring up something before we get into hearing all about your first win. But, mate, we all three of us here are involved in the Aussie Grip 6 sort of pick 6 tipping competition.
Shout out to Alan Brunsting in the Aussie tipping tour.
Yeah, he's doing a good job there. Tim, you tipped yourself, mate, for the SA Open, and it seemed to pay dividends. What's that about?
Tom, one of the only people to tip Tim Davies, mind you.
And look, Tom Hawkins is currently being investigated and potentially facing a $20,000 fine for looking at his phone during a game. What's the deal? Can we call a foul here?
This is match fixing at its finest, surely.
Well, that's the thing. Like, look, I guess if I can keep doing well, then maybe I can pay that $20,000 fine. But otherwise, I figured somebody needs to tip me. So I'll do it and then make the old regret.
Oh, mate, I think there's going to be a few more tipping you for the next tournament, hey, Timmy?
Oh, mate, absolutely. Keeping that intel to yourself is no good. Like, I would have tipped you. You should have just put your hand up and said, I'm going to win this one.
That's right. I'll let you all tip me next week and then next time, and then I won't tip myself. That's the plan.
No, but huge congrats on the win at SA Open. Not only is it your first MA1 win, it's your first win. I did have a look at the PDJ page. 20 events, and this is the first time you got the chocolates, so kudos for that.
Yeah, look, it's definitely good to get one on the board. It's, maybe sad that it took 20 times, but we'll go with it.
No, that's the wins. Just count the wins, mate. Doesn't matter how many events you play. You're talking to someone. I've played a couple of events, but only one.
just a few.
Just won a couple, but
yeah.
The win, it came against one of your good mates in Bruce, Tom Lee.
Mm.
And look, I don't want to throw you under the bus here. You did go into the last round with a little bit of a lead. Can you tell us how the playoff eventuated, first of all?
Yeah, well, you'd think 6 strokes with 2 holes to go would be plenty.
6 shots. Oh, boy.
I decided to give hope to all those young aspiring kids out there and say no, it's not all there. Gave that up in the last 2 holes. And Brucey and I got to keep playing.
Oh, that's so funny. It's funny you mentioned 6 shots. We just had a look at AB, who went into the last round of Texas States with a 6-shot lead. And 45 times players have gone into the final round with a 6-shot lead, and none of them have lost. So you could have been a part of history, mate.
Yeah.
But
but he's staying true to the Elite Series form.
That's it.
Yeah, good man.
Got it done. And it was, of course, in a playoff against Bruce, and I believe it lasted for 3 holes. Can you talk us through the playoff?
Yeah, certainly. 3 holes, part on the first 2, both of them, and then coming into the 3rd hole, put mine probably about 7 meters, put a little bit of pressure on Bruce, and he left it about 25 to the left. So he had to try and make his putt, couldn't do it, and then I finally canned one.
Nice. So it was 7-meter putt for the win.
Yeah, about that, which is good after my day 2 putting.
Yeah,
that's clutch, mate. 7 meters for the win. That would have felt good. I'm sure Bruce would have loved it.
Were there any opportunities on those first 2 holes that you both parred that someone could have taken it out then, or it was just sort of layup?
Like the first one, maybe. We actually both left our approaches short, probably around that 18-meter mark. Trying to putt into something through the trees.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have great looks at it, sort of thing, and hole 2 was nothing. So it really came down to that.
Yeah, nice. Oh, very solid. Have you been in a playoff before?
Thankfully, yes. Big Open last year. It was a playoff for 3rd, but that one he definitely had chances on and kept caging.
And was that against Bruce as well?
That was against Bruce.
Oh, look at this, the arch rival.
Yeah. Oh, mate.
Yes, rent-free in his head for about a year now.
So good.
Oh, wow. All right, 1 for 1. I like it.
Now, mate, looking at your profile here, next up, you've got the Vic Open, so you're coming across and tackling Inverleigh. Are we tipping you for that?
Look, it does I have played it once before, the 21-22 Nationals, which was actually my first ever interstate tournament.
Are you still like plucking the acacia out of your fingers?
Oh, look, there's definitely new shoes since then because the old ones sort of ruined.
I was going to say, did you enjoy meeting a very stressed out Paddy in that tournament?
I actually do remember that, yeah. I was going to say, you were TDing that one, I think, and it didn't go so well.
It went well, but it had a few curveballs. Yeah, it certainly had a few curveballs. Like everyone, a lot of disc golfers like to poo, and they they destroyed the plumbing within the first 12 hours. Yeah.
What quality podcast we got going on here?
No, I'm looking at the list here, mate. You're 935 rated, which is 1 point behind Matt Hill and Seb Williams at the top of MA1. So I'd like to think you're a decent shout for the Vic Open.
Where's Alan Brunsting? Oh, he's all the way down. No. Alan Brunsting. It headline. Oh, man, this Ethan Lewis.
He'd be someone to beat.
He'd be a smoky, actually.
He's been playing a little bit in Inverleigh, new dad.
Yeah.
Watch out for him.
That's a pretty healthy MA1.
It should be fun. It's actually Tim Matt Hill up there at the top there. So he was actually my juniors coach for Ultimate Frisbee back in 2012. So
no way.
Get one over him. That'll be fun.
Wow. Was he rocking the old dreadlocks back then?
Yes. Yes, he was.
Oh, yeah, wow. I can't picture Matt. I've seen a photo, but I don't believe it.
Yeah, I know. It's great.
It's definitely a better look. Bring him back.
Well, I'll be glued to the scores, mate. Very keen to see how you go at the Vic Open. Anything else big on the agenda for the year?
Heading up to Queensland Open.
Nice.
Get to join the rest of the Kingfisher boys up there.
That'll be good. We haven't mentioned Kingfisher yet. You're obviously representing North Queensland's Kingfisher Disc Golf, which I don't know if you've seen them, Paddy. They wear the lovely teal. Is it
I've
teal?
Definitely seen them. Actually.
Is it teal? I'm sure my wife will tell me that it's turquoise or some other colour that I've never heard of.
We definitely go by teal.
Teal, right.
Lovely.
Seafoam or mint. All around that sort of light blue.
Tim in teal. He looks good. Yeah. So Queensland Open, that'll be good.
Yep, so Queensland Open, that'll be fun. Did that last year, so do it again this year. And then just Eruption this year. That'll be probably everything for me.
Yeah, no champs?
Nah, I've got to give someone else a chance. Maybe Alan can have another run at it. Give someone hope.
Give someone hope.
No, you're playing the big ones, though, and it's good to see Kingfisher sponsoring someone in SA. Obviously, quite a distance. Anyone else in SA sponsored by Kingfisher?
No, just me, unfortunately. They're all doing their great work up north, well, mostly up north, running leagues, getting course in the ground, and I'm just there looking pretty.
Yeah, looking pretty you are. I did see, speaking of that, I saw Josh Smith posting on Instagram today. He got the new Kingfisher tops, mate. They are looking fresh.
Yes, stay tuned for those over the coming weeks.
Yeah.
Cool.
Now, tell us a little bit about your game before you go. You are obviously forehand dominant. Is that what I'm hearing?
No, definitely backhand for me.
Definitely backhand's all right.
Yeah, anything I can do to avoid throwing a forehand. I think Vic Open last year didn't throw a single forehand.
How do you get around Inverleigh with no forehands? That is...
have flippy discs.
Flippy boys.
Flippy boy. Okay.
So what's in the bag? What are you rocking? Mixed bag, or you got one brand you sort of glued to a little bit?
There's a lot of trilogy stuff in there.
Oh, good man.
We'll wrap things up here then, eh?
Good man.
Nice talking to you, Timmy.
Good man. Smart man.
So the
Smart
Grace,
man.
I'm sure everyone bloody throws a Grace these days.
Yeah, I got 4 of those pretty girls
Oh,
in there. Yep.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Yep. Very smart man.
Yeah, so that's most of it so far, and then sort of throw the Lozotto for the straight shots, and that kind of covers most of my game.
Yeah. Nice.
Lozotto
What are you putting with?
What have I got now? A faith or a hope? I think.
Hope? All right. It really takes away Bruce Lee's hope, doesn't it? Yeah. Nice.
That's the main point of MA1, isn't it?
Fantastic. All right. Well, unreal, Tim. Thank you for coming onto the pod and giving us a little bit of insight into, your first win, which is awesome. And I think you're going to be hot on the tips for the rest of the year with some of those big tournaments coming up. You're going to keep us Aussie tipsters, keeping an eye on Tim Davies. He had that perler.
Oh, he's one to watch. We're putting the name out there so nobody just gets ghosted like they did in the last SA Open, mate. Because you certainly can throw and on the rise, I think. So congrats on your win at SA Open, and thanks heaps for coming on the tee off.
Cheers, boys. Thanks for having me.
All right, Timmy. It's time. It's our first trash or cash.
Trash or cash.
Yes. Now, look, there is only the two of us, and usually it's good to have the third to be that little tiebreaker, but I think we need to put a couple of these on the old socials if we're at a bit of an impasse and, get the viewer's opinion or listener's opinion on, what is the tiebreakers. But straight off the bat, disc golf, April Fool's jokes.
Oh, I mean, April Fool's jokes in general, I find fairly cringe, if I'm being honest.
Did you see any? I agree with you. I also think it's trash. Did you see any that were particularly bad this time round, though?
Maybe. Oh, look, the one that I didn't mind, Idio Sports, of course, the shoe brand, put out a disc golf thong like the.
Oh, I did see that actually.
Didn't mind that one. Thought that was actually a little bit of work there.
I kind of want it.
It's like that's still better than Crocs.
Yeah. And for any American listeners that, we're talking about flip-flops, not the actual whale tail
that's it.
garment.
Yeah, thongs is a very Aussie specific term.
Yeah. I'd also wear an idio whale tail. Okay, that's a good one.
I'm going trash, though. What do you think?
Yeah.
See any good ones?
Absolute trash. I don't think it was meant as a April Fool's joke, but I happened to see it on the 1st of April.
Okay.
The Melbourne Disc Golf Club posted a big tribute and thanks to Jeffrey Brunsting.
Oh, the tribute to Jeff. I opened up Facebook and I thought that was...
I thought he was dead, man.
I thought it was bad news, mate.
I thought he was dead. Legit. I was like, all right, Jeff's had that one too many bottle and he died over the weekend and they're shouting him out. And I was like, oh, that's a great April Fool's joke. And then I was like, oh, no, they're just...
Yeah.
Jeff Steppen. Good on you, Jeff.
Yeah, good on you, Jeff. And absolute legend of the Melbourne Disc Golf Club.
Yeah.
Does so much work and very much deserving of a video paying tribute like that.
Yeah.
But it was like when a Discmania player left Discmania. Like it was just kind of like rip. This looks like an obituary.
Yeah. That was great.
Anyway, trash for April Fool's jokes.
Yeah, I'm calling it trash too. All right, Timmy.
Online form clinics from pros. So this is kind of, you can sign up, maybe pay $50, $60, get a little bit of form critique from the pro or just,
Yeah, that's this one was sent in. Look, I've not done one.
Me neither. I've always I kind of know what you need to do and I know my form's bad, but I just never work on it.
Yeah.
I'm sure it would help if someone pointed it out, but I think I'm pretty aware what I need to do. I just haven't worked out and tried to actually do it.
I don't know. I feel like I can make those minor adjustments to get the disc to do what I need it to do, and I just need to practice more so that happens more. But as far as an online form clinic, we shouted out, what's his name?
Stokely?
Yeah. Scott. The only thing that I would say about that is that he doesn't really run it. If I'm paying for a Scott Stokely thing, I'd like to talk to Scott a bit. But he's got, obviously it's so big, he needs to get people helping him run it. But I don't know. I think it's definitely there's something that's come up a lot more in the last 5 years. And hey, if you can get a bit more access to some of these pros, I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I don't know how well they are run or how beneficial they are.
I'm going to say they're cash, having never done one, but I have heard from people that they've gained quite a lot from them.
Yeah.
So,
cool.
Yeah, and
I'm happy to call it cash.
The fact that pros are approachable like that, I like it.
Yeah. All right. I quite like this one, actually. Card requests at social leagues.
Okay. So, can I play with my mate?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Hey, Timmy's here. I want to play with him.
Well, do I like that? I mean, when I was running leagues, I used to hate it. It was just mate, just, have free reign. Just play with whoever.
Yeah.
I kind of want I'm like, I want card requests. I don't want to play with this person.
Yeah.
Or the other way. I don't care who I play with, but I don't want to play with this person.
Man, I think like social leagues, like, yeah, I get it. If I was probably running it, it would annoy me. But I know I've brought a mate down and I've said, hey, can we play together and stuff?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think card requests is probably a good thing. Really, I'll call it cash.
I'm gonna go trash.
All right,
I
cool.
think like social, just play with who you play with.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who do you always get to play with?
Lee Thompson, me and Lee Thompson,
Thompson.
we're
Actually,
social
that's-
league buddies. Yep, going to get that. I'm going to put a card because I don't want to play with Lee. No, I'm just joking. We're both Bombers fans and we actually play pretty well when we play together.
Oh, Lee's heaps of fun to play.
So Barn Valley League this weekend. Just like, it's always randomised, the cards. I just always get Lee.
Yeah.
It's like Spotify Shuffle.
Yeah,
You
okay.
notice that? It's
Yeah.
like, I saw a meme the other day of someone shuffling a deck of cards, mimicking Spotify Shuffle.
Yeah.
And they just like put the top card of the deck back on the top every single time. And I'm like, yeah, that's Spotify. And that feels like Disc Golf Metrics Shuffle too.
Love it.
we don't know that one?
We'll have to put that one out to Instagram and see what the people vote on that one.
All right, someone sent in the SA Open Players Pack, including a disc retriever. So we didn't get one, Paddy. We're an MPO. We don't know.
Actually, we got a pin, which was pretty cool.
The pin was sick, actually.
Yeah, I do dig that.
I was chatting to the TDs because, the pin, I like collecting the enamel pins. A little bit.
Yeah, mate.
Don't mind that.
All right, let's chuck it. Disc golf pins.
Disc golf pins. Yeah, they're cash.
Yeah.
And on a similar topic, what do you call them? The little badges that you can like stick on Velcro onto your bag.
Yeah.
Austin was rocking one from Taupo, as I call it.
Oh, no,
So
I
it's
did see that one.
sexy.
Yeah.
I would love it if Australian tourneys just sort of consistently had a little memento like that.
I'll tell you what. Well, all right. A shout out to enamel pins, cash, easy to do.
Yeah,
as well.
easy to do.
Super easy, and they're cost effective as well.
Yeah.
I was
a little salty actually. Last SA Open, I didn't get one.
Yeah.
But then I happened to pick one up. I had my cart, and someone, it had fallen off their bag, pin up, and my cart ran over it, and I got a free one because it's stuck in my wheel. So, funny story.
Do you know what? I reckon Gareth Morgan lost that one.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's got a wooden trolley.
That's it.
And when he gets a pin, he just took the back off in there and just like bang,
Edged
and
it
just
in.
smacked it straight into the wood.
Anyway,
I
I think someone's
we
specifically
digress.
calling the disc retriever.
Yeah. Who do you think sent this in?
Oh, it's my dad?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course it is. I mean, I think Dad's pretty happy with his retriever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He loved it.
I mean, it seemed like a pretty good players pack, pin, retriever.
Yeah.
I have to give it a big tick of approval, I think.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd need one because I never. No, I'll joke.
It's a little bit of like admitting defeat having a disc retriever. Like you're like I'm gonna lose a disc or I'm gonna be in a shitty spot. I'm gonna need this. Like I just kind of It's like having an umbrella. It's like you know, it's gonna rain.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't like bringing an umbrella because I feel like I'm admitting that it's gonna rain. Anyway,
What are we saying?
trash. I mean cash.
Cash?
Cash.
Yeah,
Cash.
definitely cash.
Yeah.
Actually, I've got to admit, just quick, those disc retrievers that have the those sticky
Sucky
suction balls, sucky balls.
I was going to say sucky balls, and it sounds horrendous, but that's what they are.
I love those things.
I was surprised at how well they worked.
Yeah. They're total cash. Now, I put this one in because I saw a video of one recently, but the disc, like the game, the Ring of Fire.
Yeah, so when everyone's sitting around a basket and they all putt at the same time, and if you get it in, you progress. If you get it,
Yeah. What do you reckon?
Seems all right.
Seems all right?
Seems all right.
I think it's all right for like school kids.
Yeah, okay.
And that's about it.
Yeah.
Actual like big, like 20.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I'm going to say trash.
I'm going to say trash. I liked what Inverleigh, Chris Hart, the tourney he ran, he had like a 30, 40 metre ace race thing for cash.
Yeah.
That was more fun. You know,
Yeah.
everyone's stepping up, having a shot.
Who won that?
Bloody Peter Allen with the disc that I sold him.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Shout out to Pete. We didn't get my cut from that disc.
All right. So, Ring of Fire, trash?
Trash.
Trash.
Oh. Who sent in having an Ultra Star in the bag? That reeks of Paddy Thorpe. And that is ultra trash. An Ultra Star. Ugh. Next.
Yeah.
Just hit trash again. That's awful.
Easy. Pop-up tournaments, Tim.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like
These-
not on an actual, just like random pop-up tourneys.
Yeah.
Pop-up tourneys. It just feels like a bit of a thing in the past, I would say, at the moment. When's the last time you played a pop-up?
A pop-up. I mean, I played a few Kickstarters last year. Beachport, Kickstarter. I think there's one coming up in Warrnambool that I unfortunately can't play. I don't mind them. I think I kind of like the fact that no one's played the course before. Yeah, I don't know. I don't mind it.
Yeah.
And if it leads to, like, you know, showing that community where you're popping up that, hey, this is a sport that actually could bring some people to the community and maybe a good idea for the park, I don't mind it.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, when in the first 5 years of my 10 years playing disc golf, they were all pop-up tournaments. So yeah, I'd like to see more come back in some crazy areas and
that's it.
Have some fun with that. So I'm saying cash.
Yeah, I mean the ultimate pop-up course is the Rudolph Wright, the Geelong, Eastern Gardens course.
Eastern
like,
Gardens.
how bloody good is that course?
Yeah, that's heaps of fun. All right, cash.
All right, here we go. We got one. Andrew Presnell's new Force team stamps.
Yeah, so this is a bit more of an insider personal one that was sent in. But Andrew Presnell likes the old Rocket League, and in our little inner circle, there's some big Rocket League fans and players. You know,
my dad won't know what Rocket League is. Terry Bowen, if you're listening, I know you are. Rocket League is like a soccer game played with little cars. So like Mario Kart combined with FIFA.
It's a computer game.
Computer game.
Yeah.
Andrew Presnell's disc. He's got the Octavia, I believe, is the car on there.
Yeah, and it says, what a par save. What a par save.
Oh, of
instead
course.
of what a save.
Yeah.
Oh, I think it's great. Good on him. It's a cash for me.
Look, I don't mind it, but it's just ultra nerdy. I'm going to have to give it a trash just because it's too nerdy for me.
All right. We'll post that one with the photo on the socials and we'll see what the crowd thinks. Next one, Timmy. The Halo Groove has come out from Innova and it's a Calvin team stamp.
Mate, you just got joked on there. That's an April Fool's joke.
No.
They sold it. So it'll be like the Halo Polecat. I'm really interested to see what actually eventuates. Or the Nate Sexton drawn Sexy Bird from last year. So, I don't mind it. Innova,
I think it's coming out.
We should have mentioned that in the April Fool's one. Not a bad. They're pretty good, the old April Fool's jokes.
Yes, they do. All right.
But the groove, no one throws the bloody groove. And for good reason. That is a trash disc. I think it was on our trash disc top 5, wasn't it?
100%.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I just wanted to bring it up. I thought it was funny.
Yeah, it's cash.
Cash. All right, done.
And here's the last one to round us out. Privately selling a disc for cost price. Why would you do that if you can sell it for more than cost price?
Sorry, I think that was like for the actual like prices. So for full price.
Oh, so a used disc.
Yeah, I think that's what was sent in. Sorry.
Oh, right.
Sorry.
So
someone on Plastic Stacks is selling like a 9 or a 9.5, new disc, but it's like $45. It's like a brand new price.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I have noticed that like secondhand prices are pretty bloody high these days.
Yeah.
So if we're talking about selling secondhand discs for near first-hand prices, I mean, if someone's going to buy it, cash, it's literal cash. I don't mind it. It's up to the buyer and the seller. But privately selling a disc for cost price. I mean, shouldn't you sell it for more than cost price?
Yeah, I think that's a typo for the actual selling.
Yeah, I don't know.
Selling a disc on Plastic Stacks for I
mean,
what you would buy it at from straight from the store.
If people don't buy it, then bad luck. But I don't mind it. Cash.
Cool.
I mean, discs are infinitely collectible, so I don't mind it.
Cool. All right. What about for more? We'll call it that.
More.
Cash.
I'm calling this trash because you probably should be charging more. It's like this. Once you can't get them anymore, they might go up in value.
Yeah. All right.
So cash for me.
All right.
Please send in more trash or cash. I bloody love it.
Yeah, especially just for anyone listening, after a tournament, that's when the good, or during a tournament, that's when the good trash or cashes start happening because there's always going to be something that irks you.
Write it down.
Write it down. Send it straight into the socials. We love it. We'll put it on.
Yep.
It's great. All right, Timmy, your baby.
Mate, I've been pumping this up. Let's get stuck into it. We're talking about Jomez Pro anthems. I've got a bit of a bracket. There's been 8 years of Jomez Pro anthems. done by Starframe, I believe is the artist. You can watch, you can listen to them all on Spotify. Just Google Starframe and you'll find all of them. They started at 2017 and all the way through to the latest one, 2024. And I've put them head to head. So we've got, one song going up against another song. We're going to vote on it. We're not going to tell you which one we like. We're going to let the audience decide, and we'll let you know our thoughts next week. But this week we're looking at the 2022 10 Down anthem versus the 2019 New Plastic anthem.
All right. We're gonna play a little bit of each one.
Let's have a listen.
All
so,
right.
Paddy, roll with 2022's anthem called 10 Down. Alrighty. Not a bad little tune.
Yeah.
And moving on, we've got 2019's anthem, which is titled New Plastic. Oh, mate, can't help it. Bang our heads.
Yeah, we weren't going to say...
No spoilers.
No spoilers.
No spoilers. We'll talk about which one we like next week. But yeah, there we go. We've got 2022 versus 2019. So please give those a listen in all of their glory and let us know on Instagram. We're going to put out a poll, but let us know which one you liked.
Yeah.
We'll see which one moves through to the next week. Just to give you an idea of the matchups, the other three are 2017 Juiced versus 2020 Big Disc Energy. Got to say that one slowly, Paddy. 2018's Crush is up against the latest one, 2024's Dystopian Dream. That's just a bit lopsided in my opinion.
It's easy.
2021 Moving Day comes up against 2023 Flomez, which is that one's going to be hotly contested. Very, very juicy matchup, that one.
Okay.
But there you go. Very
Nice.
keen to see the eventuation of this bracket. See what comes out on top.
Sounds good. All right. Now, Timmy, I love getting on the old Reddit and perusing the old disc golf. And this one, a question popped up and I quite liked it. So I thought I'd just share it and get your thoughts. So someone has asked,
Don't shout out the neck beard.
grill listers. Oh, no. Anyway.
Just some slob on a couch.
Yeah.
The Redditors are the absolute worst, Paddy.
Yeah.
But please continue.
Yeah, no worries. If an overstable disc is a meat hook, then an understable disc is ...
Dot. Oh boy.
And people have been suggesting a few,
So
what they think it should be
meat
called.
hook,
Yeah.
overstable. Obviously, meat hook very curved.
Yeah.
The flight shape there. Okay. So what have people said?
So there's some good ones. I'll read out some of the trash one first. So someone said banana peel.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah. A flippy pancake.
Flippy pancake. I don't mind that.
Yep. Clam jam.
Clam jam.
Yep. A cream puff.
Cream puff.
I don't really get that one. A flip dog.
Yeah, flip dog. Yep.
There's some less that, there's limp dick. I don't know what. Yeah, good on you, mate. Fish hook. The ones that I thought were not as bad.
Fish hook, that's just a meat,
Meat
hook.
hook. Yeah, trash. The vegetable unhook got a few votes.
Yeah, okay. Because they're trying to go opposite meat, veg,
Yeah.
hook, unhook. Nah, that's lame.
A flippy boy.
Yeah, flippy boy.
And this one's my favorite. The paper plate.
The paper plate. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. So,
Any of them grab you, Tim, as what an understable dish should be called?
ooh, flippy boy. Yeah. Paper plate. Yeah. kind of feel like the word noodle needs to be in there.
Noodle?
Yeah, kind of like limp, sloppy noodle.
Yeah?
Yeah. I don't know. It's hard not to say something that's got just lame sexual connotations to it. But look, please send in if you've got a good one.
Yeah.
Overstable is meat hook. Understable is ... Love to see what people can come up with.
Cream puff kind of makes me laugh.
No, I don't like it. That's just, nah.
Bit too sexual.
Flippy boy, paper plate.
Flippy
They're the
boy.
ones I like.
Paper plate's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Soggy noodle. I don't know.
Soggy noodle.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
think-
you're giving me some stick.
You're
All
putting
right.
me on the spot here, Paddy. I'm not coming up with my finest work.
All right. Well, that brings us to the end of episode 58. We hope that you enjoyed it, and thanks for listening. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and please send in any questions or topics you would like us to discuss. Until next time, we hope you get out and play some disc golf with your mates.
So that's the end of the episode. Thanks for listening. I don't know why you're still here. We have to go see our families. Seriously, just go play disc golf.